In this episode, I'm sharing my go-to local spots where my loved ones and I have built so many beautiful memories. I discovered here for a late afternoon drink or an early bite to eat. This salad was so delicious that it actually inspired me to recreate a version of it at home. Their pasta dishes are equally incredible. The gnocchi here is delightful, so healthy and delicious. Since they are not open super late, it's ideal for a quick stop on the way home. The Smith is an easy option for casual group hangouts or a lazy night of takeout. All their locations are popular throughout the city, so reserve a table or prepare to wait. If the cinnamon donuts are on the menu, I'm ordering them. Every place has its own sauce to dip in. It was delicious, and wow, look at the hollow center. I skipped the eggs this time for a salad, and it was absolutely fresh and divine. We've planned an afternoon in Chelsea on Saturday. The weather has warmed up a bit only for one day. It felt like we hadn't been out in forever. I couldn't believe I was seeing so many of Anish Kapoor's new sculptures in person. The forms are minimal, but interacting with them in a physical space is such a visceral experience. It felt like meeting a different version of myself in a surreal context. Pictures really don't do his work justice. You have to be there to feel the scale. It happened to be the closing day of the Koons exhibition. He took the form of a delicate porcelain doll and rendered it into this monumental steel sculpture. I can't even begin to wrap my head around the technical process behind this. Then we explored some other galleries. I really love these vases, abstract yet rough and earthy. It's our first time here. We walked in for an early dinner and really loved the atmosphere. The space features brick walls, dark wood panels, and intimate candlelights that blend the vintage and modern design. They serve the classic Argentinian dishes delivered with a distinctly modern, creative edge. The next day, by Sunday afternoon, the light flurries were turning into a snowstorm. The weather was shifting rapidly, yet I refused to believe it would actually turn that bad. The snow became really heavy in the late afternoon. Especially down in the seaport, it felt more challenging to walk. We are here to help the emergency food distribution. And that's the Brooklyn Bridge in the snow. The next morning, looking at outside made it clear why the travel ban remained until noon. Schools closed for a snow day, and most people working from home. Wow. As the city's snow clearance rules went into effect, sidewalks quickly dissolved into a sea of gray slush and ankle-deep flooding. I braved the snow piles and navigated the slushy floods to see the winter wonderland of Central Park. I know you've seen plenty of footages of New York in the snow, but I didn't want mine to go to waste. Please understand and hope you enjoy mine. Another Saturday, I made almond flour pancakes. I used both almond flour and whole wheat flour. I was lazy to pull out the measuring spoons this morning, but honestly, it's such an easy recipe. The batter turned out too thick, or I overmixed it. Unlike traditional flour pancakes, these won't spread or bubble, and not fluffy at all. The toppings are important. A drizzle of maple syrup, butter, and fruit preserves complete the flavor. How was the first bite? The flavor was satisfying, nutty and slightly savory, even if the texture turned out a bit thicker than I'd hoped. The Mermaid Inn is one of our go-to spots as well. Every location has such a bright energy. Especially their fish tacos are so delicious. Whenever we go to a show, we always wrap up a night at Cafe Fiorello. From the pizza and pasta to the dessert and coffee, every bite feels like home. And it's a true New York institution with a long storied history. When we were there, it was right before the Valentine's Day. We were first time here, and we walked in on a weekday, and then the place was absolutely packed. We got a spot at the bar just in time. Eventually, even the bar was completely full. Sometimes you just crave something comforting and unpretentious.